Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for joining me at the I Formation Sports Talk Show, where we talk sports from every angle. So, and it's hosted by me, your boy T ISO. Yes, sir. AKA Mr. Get the Bat Off Your Shoulders. Yes, sir. You ain't gonna have that backwards K on me. Not too many of you have me here now and then, but most of you ain't gonna have the, I'm putting it in play. You did. Yes, sir. And with that being said, what I'm gonna talk about is the WBC. Okay, for all you people out there, man, I don't watch baseball. Okay, you don't watch baseball. It's boring. Okay, we got a pitch clock. The long ball is in. They doing everything they can to appease you, but you don't like it. So I understand it. You can't make people drink. You know what I'm saying? You can take them to the water hole, but you can't make them drink. But also the people who, talking about, I only watch during the playoffs and what I'm saying, the World Series and things like that. And I come across quite a few people like that. You missed out on a treat. You missed out on a treat. Yes, sir. I'm talking about, this was a outstanding, situation with so many, stars. Okay, let me check. Let me find these, these stars that y'all missed out on. I'm just trying to look at my computer. You know what I'm saying? And they got everything that I need in this computer and letting me know who I missed out on. And so, but like I said, I'm glad y'all joined me at the I Formation Sports Talk Show. You did. So we'll get together. Okay, we got Judge, Schemes, let me see, Harper, Bobby Witt, Bergman, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, the list goes on and on and on. Man, and then you think about that Dominican Republic squad. Man, those guys came to play and they played, man. It was a treat. Did we win? No, we did not win. We did not win it. We really couldn't get the bats going. We really couldn't get the bats going. But it's preseason. You know what I'm saying? This is not preseason, but spring training, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of how you look at it, it's still spring training. And at the beginning of the spring, if anybody knows, follow the baseball or played or anything like that, know that the pitchers always got an upper hand. Pitchers always got an upper hand on the batters. They're just bottom line. That's why they say that bump, the pitchers, is the kings, because you got a good pitching staff, man. You can, your chances of winning greatly increase, and so they always got an advantage, but they really got an advantage in spring training because, because as a hitter, man, your timing, is off, and you're just trying to get into form, and so they are, mulling around and, considering doing the World Baseball Classic during the season, during All-Star break. And I think that the hockey did something similar, during their hockey break. They said it was very successful, which I think they'll be doing a bit much, They'll be doing a bit much, man, but I'm not against it, man. I'm not against it because you'll be able to, get guys that's, that's in there, that is mid-season form. Mid-season form and spring training form is something different because, man, the United States only scored 2 runs in 2 games, with that all-star lineup. But you just think about it. Venezuela was loaded. Dominican Republic was loaded. Japan, was loaded. I think they won it last time. Italy came out of nowhere. Where Italy come from, man? Italy ain't got no field, do they? They sitting there eating pasta and, what I'm saying, taking espresso shots. You know what I mean? What they got going, man? And out there balling, you know what I mean? So, it was great, man. For all you people who love sports or love baseball, man, you missed out on the treat, man. And I tried to spread it like gospel, man. I tried my best to spread it like gospel. I didn't get a chance to do a show, what I'm saying, during or before. I did mention it before, but man, I've been spreading it like gospel. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to talk NBA and talk, college basketball, and you know what I'm saying. But I've been like, man, hey, are you checking that World Baseball Classic? You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, man, y'all missed out on the treat. Venezuela, congratulations, salute to you. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all did y'all thing, man. Cause when Harper hit that home run, man, I was sitting there like, man, and I just knew Judge was finna come up there and crush something. You know what I'm saying? Just, but no, he got caught looking, man, and then, old boy came up, gave up a leadoff walk. Yeah, man. When you get leadoff walk, man, it's almost a guaranteed run. You can, bunt him over in a sac fly. You know what I'm saying? It's a home run. I mean, it's a run. So, well, I ain't gonna say bunt him over, but steal the base, bunt him over, and then that's a run. But they ain't need to do all that. They just got the run. But it was a great one, man. It was great. I look forward to it. I always look forward to it every year. You know what I'm saying? Every 3 years, it's, I always look forward to it. So I'll be looking forward to it next time. We just hope that, we have, participation. And what I want to see, you can shoot me, man. I just need more of my peoples in there. Because, man, why is it only one black person on the whole team? 2 if you count the Judge, because the Judge look like he's mixed. Man, where are our black baseball superstars? You know what I'm saying? Are we? I don't know if we just don't play it no more, or we just not working as hard. Because, man, it hurts me. You know what I'm saying? It hurts my heart. And, what hurts my heart more, I can't do nothing about it. But I can sit on here, you know what I'm saying, and promote it. You know what I'm saying? Try to get my friends that has, young kids to get them in baseball. So, but, it is what it is, man. But, yeah, we're going to move along, man. It's March Madness, baby. March Madness. Yes, sir. And so I'm just giving y'all my bracket, man. I ain't gonna get too analytical. With it. I'm gonna just run down. I'm gonna run down my bracket. I might have to put my glasses on. I may have to me clean them up. Don't call me an old man, but y'all see this gray. Yeah, I see this gray, man. Let me see how I look in before. They don't look too bad. Okay. East Division is, okay, we got Duke and Siena. I got Duke. Ohio State and TCU. I got TCU coming out. St. John's and Northern Iowa. I got St. John's, number 4 seed against the 13 seed Kansas, 4 seed Kansas versus 13 seed Cal Baptist. I got Kansas, of course. Louisville, number 6 Louisville versus 11 South Florida. I thought about taking South Florida on that one, but I'm gonna take Louisville. Number 3 Michigan State versus North Dakota State. I got Michigan State. UCLA versus UCF. And this is, what I'm saying, it's very controversial. I got UCF coming up out of that thing, man. Then I got UConn. Then you got number 2 UConn versus Furman, number 15. I got UConn, obviously. Okay, and then we're just gonna go back up. UCF versus UConn. I got UConn. We got Louisville versus Michigan State. I got Louisville coming out of that thing. Then I got Kansas and St. John's, and I got St. John's. I'm a Bill Self fan. I'm a Kansas fan. I got St. John's coming off of that, man. They got a lot of young players. So we're gonna see. That's probably, gonna be pretty, Okay, then we got Duke and TCU. I got Duke coming out of that thing. Then we're gonna go back down in the Sweet 16. The Sweet 16. This is 4. I got Duke and St. John's going there. I got Duke coming out. Louisville and UConn. I got UConn. Then I got Duke coming out the East. Okay. I hope that didn't take too long. And I don't like these glasses. You know what I'm saying? It's messing with my section, man. You know what I mean? So but I'm gonna keep them on for accuracy, cause I don't want to be squinching. All right. Okay, we got number 1 seed Florida against Lee. Okay, I guess I didn't do my homework on that. I got Florida coming out of that seed. I did at large bid. Then we got Clemson and Iowa. I got Clemson. Vandy and McNeese. I got Vandy coming out of that. Number 4 Nebraska against 13 Troy. Nebraska coming out of that. North Carolina and VCU. Number 5 number 6 North Carolina, and then VCU. I got North Carolina coming out of it. We got Illinois and Penn State, and I got Illinois coming out of that. St. Mary's against Texas A&M, and I got St. Mary. I wanted to pick Texas A&M, but I got St. Mary's coming out of that. Houston and Idaho. I got Houston. I'm a fan of Houston, so we're gonna go back up to the Sweet 16. Well, no, this is the second round. We got Houston and St. Mary's. I got Houston coming out of that. Then I got Illinois against North Carolina. I got North Carolina. Illinois number 3 seed versus number 6 seed North Carolina, but I got North Carolina coming out of that, because you got to have some upsets. I mean, you got to have some. I ain't gonna say some upsets, but you're gonna be a lot of upsets. But still, we're gonna have to. I feel like still at the top, gonna still rise to the top. Okay, we got Nebraska and Vandy. I got Vanderbilt. Taking out number 4 Nebraska. Then I got Clemson and Florida. Florida on top. Florida, gonna kind of revenge their SEC, woes. And then we're gonna go back down. Florida against Vanderbilt. Okay, I got Florida coming out of that. That's when they're they're kind of Cinderella gonna stop. North Carolina and Houston. I got Houston coming out of that thing, man. And here is the drum roll, please, right here. I got Houston taking Florida out in the Elite Eight, and Houston taking on Duke in the South. I got Houston taking on Duke in the South. And I got Duke taking out Houston to get to the championship. Okay, that's my East and my South. Okay, let's get to the West and the Midwest. Okay, we got Arizona and Long Island. Number 1 Arizona and 16 Long Island. I got Arizona coming out of that. I got Villanova and Utah State, and I got Utah coming out of that, beating Villanova. Now, all these picks now, they should have go wrong now. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm putting my money on it. I done told you. I keep telling you. Okay. We got Wisconsin, number 5 Wisconsin and High Point. I got Wisconsin coming out of that. Then we got Number 4, Arkansas Razorback. Ooh, big, sweet Razorback against Hawaii. And obviously, you know what I'm saying, with A-Cuff and them boys, they, doing their thing, potential number 1 draft pick. I got them boys coming out, beating number 13 Hawaii. Then we got BYU, number 5 against number 11 NC State. I got BYU coming out. We got number 3 Gonzaga against Kennesaw State. And I got Gonzaga. Then we got Miami and Missouri. Number 7 Miami against Missouri. Number 10 Missouri. And I'm going to take Miami, man. I almost went Missouri. Because that 7-10 matchups, always kind of, those usually be the ones that, be kind of the best games. Purdue against Queens. All right, I got Purdue coming out of that thing. That's number 2 versus number 15, which is, there'll be a real upset. And then I'm going to go back up, to the second round. Purdue and Miami. I got Purdue beating Miami. Then I got Gonzaga and BYU coming out, upsetting Gonzaga. Then I got Wisconsin and Arkansas, which is just a 4-5 matchup. And I got Arkansas, proceeding to the Sweet 16, and taking on, Arizona, because Arizona going to take down Utah State. All right. And then let's go back down. The Arkansas versus Arizona. As much as a homer I am, I got to be objective. I got to be objective. All right. Arizona going to take out Arkansas. But I do want, let's be clear. I think Arkansas will give them a run for their money. That's going to be probably one of the games of the whole March. So I think it's going to come down to the wire. And we got some clutch boys. Then we got BYU and Purdue, and I got Purdue taking down BYU, which BYU is number 6 versus number 2. And I wouldn't be surprised if BYU came out on top of Purdue. And then we have Arizona and Purdue in the Elite 8. Arizona taking out Purdue to reach the Final Four. So Arizona going to represent the West, coming out the West. All right. And let's proceed to the Midwest. All right. We have Michigan versus the at-large. Okay. Michigan coming out on top. I think that'll be, the surprise, one of the biggest surprises ever. Then you got Georgia versus St. Louis. I got Georgia. Texas Tech, number 5, Texas Tech against Akron. Number 12, Akron. I got Texas Tech coming out. Alabama versus Hofstra. I got Alabama. Tennessee versus SMU. And I got SMU coming out of that thing. I got SMU coming out of that, man. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm talking about, man. Go ahead now. Then I got Virginia taking on Wright State. Virginia coming out of that thing. Kentucky taking on St. Clara. Kentucky, man. Kentucky been real inconsistent, man. So, and I got Iowa State versus Tennessee State, and I'm going to take Iowa. Okay, let's go back up to the Sweet 16. Iowa beats Kentucky to go to the Sweet 16. Virginia beats SMU to go to the Sweet 16. Oh, am I wrong? Was that an at-large too? Yeah, SMU. Then I got Alabama beating Texas Tech to proceed to the Sweet 16, and Michigan beating Georgia to go. And then let's go back down. Then I got Michigan beating Alabama to go to the Elite 8. Virginia beating Iowa now to go to the Elite 8. Okay, and that makes Michigan and Virginia battling in the Elite Eight, and Virginia getting beat by Michigan to go to the Final Four. They got Arizona and Michigan in the Final Four, and I got Arizona coming out on top, beating Michigan. And then that leaves Duke and Arizona in the finals, and I got Arizona beating Duke. Arizona goes on to win the national championship. Arizona wins the national championship. So those are all predictions sure to go wrong. All right? And that's my bracket. You know, I already put it in the, you know what I'm saying, in 2 or 3 challenges. You know, the little tweaks here and there, little differences, you know what I'm saying, because that's the only reason why you do it. But here's the perfect bracket, guys. I'm calling it right now. The perfect bracket going to win the money and the prizes is right here on I-Formation Sports Talk Show. And thank y'all for listening to me. Thank y'all for joining me. Next week we're going to go into the NFL moves, the free agencies, and you know what I'm saying, different trades. You got old boy from Miami going to man, don't give me, I'm tripping right now. I drew a blank. He went to, and see, y'all already know what I'm trying to say, so I ain't gotta say it. But yeah, we're gonna continue to talk NBA. We got college baseball going good. You know, MLB about to get crunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm super excited. I'm a Brave, baby. I'm an Atlanta Brave. So we know we got a few injuries in our pitching staff, so that might hurt us. So we need to just come out, red hot. But thank you for joining. If y'all want to listen live, listen Saturday mornings at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock, on on thepreachersnetworkmedia.com. You can listen to some good sermons, some good gospel, but also you can listen to me. You know what I'm saying? T-ISO. Follow me on all, you know what I'm saying, on YouTube, like and subscribe, you can comment. It's I-Formation Sports Talk Show 100. Follow me, man, you know what I'm saying. Let me be a part of your collective. Email me at iformation@gmail.com. Let me be a part of your collective, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to be a part of yours. Let me be a part of, yours, and I be a part of yours. You be a part of mine. We can just, be friends. Peace.